Hello, 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 family. It has definitely been a minute. Definitely been a minute, but this lighting, looks weird to me. Let me see. I'm adjusting this lighting. It looks a little funky, but it's okay. Hopefully, it's not too bright and you guys can see me. I am ecstatic about being on live tonight. Number one, I'm gonna tell you why. Because in 1 week it's my birthday. And baby, it has been quite a year. And I'm so happy to be this far. I really, really am. I have missed going live on YouTube. And, sometimes in life you have to clear certain things. So I definitely, just to be really transparent with you guys, which I always am, probably TMI, right? But I had to clear some things going on with my health and just some other things that I just needed to clear and gain space. I had things that I was doing with business, um, but this is important to me. My community is important to me, and as far as I know, I'm back. But I've been thinking about this the last week and just this year. I was talking on another live on my TikTok, and I was talking about how 2025 has almost felt like a serious year of healing from 2020 COVID. And mind you, let me make sure I'm saying this correctly so people can understand. Sometimes I'll take words to actually mean like a culmination of things. So, COVID itself, that started in 2020 for me, means like all of the things from what COVID did to how it trickled down in all the ways in our life and opened up a Pandora's box of so much awakening, unfortunate losses. Just so when I say COVID, it's not just the actual COVID. Hey, Josie. Oh, not Josie. I'm so sorry. Jose. Hey, Jose. Excuse me. Um, but how COVID just opened up just like a Pandora's box kind of for our lives. And I think that at least for me and a lot of people I know, it had us think about so much that was going on. What's up, Melissa? Thank you for joining. And just had us thinking about so many things. So, what I was saying was, 2025 itself has seemed like a time for healing through the culmination of what I call COVID, which is what COVID started and everything that happened in our lives after, right? Because it changed, of course, our family, it changed like our work lives, it changed economy, just everything that it brought. And I I just want people to know that, especially now through government shutdown, just through all the things, with the government, and I'm not getting into politics, but I think that so much that goes on is wanting to keep us busy and stressed and have anxiety. I'm not saying that these things aren't happening in our world. There are things that are happening in our communities that impact us. But the programming of media itself and what's going on outside of us, it really constantly can have our minds going and create just thoughts of anxiety about the unknown of what can happen to our families, to ourselves. And I just want you to be able to have your moments of sitting with yourself, to really look at the blessings in your life, how far you've gotten as a person, right? All the things that you've experienced and gone through, the people that love you in your life. And just take a moment to breathe and just take a moment to like forgive yourself and not carry the weight of trauma, period, any type of trauma, specifically financial trauma, to in the end of the year, thinking about maybe all the things you wish you would have, wish you would have done better financially, or maybe at the top of the year it was a thing of you saying to yourself, well, this year I'm going to do this and this and this, and things just didn't pan out that way for you. It's okay. The reason why it's okay is that you're still here, and as long as you wake up every day, all of that can be altered. I don't want you to beat yourself up because you felt like your financial trauma has held you from doing all the things that you told yourself you were going to do at the beginning of the year, and now you haven't done them. And then it's like, then what? No, don't give up. Don't let go of whatever visions, of whatever plans, of whatever the things that you thought you were going to do. It can still be done, and it can still be done now. Some of them that you had on your list can still be done now. You don't have to wait until January 1st to do all these things that you wanted to do financially. But what I'm saying is everything that's going around us in our outside world is definitely impacting us. But I don't want you to let it impact you to the point that you're stopping and you let the anxiety from hearing from politicians and just all of the things, even social media, right? Because we're consumers and we're consuming, right? We're consuming with our spending, we're consuming with our time on social media, we're consuming with our energy. And I want you to be conscious and guard your energy, guard your consumption of what you're actually consuming. Because mentally, it does weigh on us. And I want you to do the things that resonate with you, that have you vibrate high. Hey, Tony, what's up? What's up? Just really think about you and your wants, and the things that you actually desire. I know that it's not easy because there was a time in my life, if somebody asked me what I wanted or what I desired, I probably really couldn't tell them because I was so busy always giving and pouring into everybody else and what they wanted and what they desired. But now's the time. Do not carry the trauma, do not carry the financial trauma into the end of the year, telling yourself about all the things you should have done or could have done and making yourself feel bad. And no, no, because it's not over and you can always do these things. It's never too late. You just have to have a strategy. But before the strategy, before the plan, before all of those things, you need to sit with yourself and figure out what it is that you really desire in this life. Because as far as I know, this life right here and this human body that we're in is what we have right here and the here and now. So think about what you want and how you want to feel, and how present that you want to be in your current world, in your current life, and what that looks like. It's not always about the future things and the things that you want to have, and it's about what can you do now. Because sometimes I think we make lists and wait because we think our happiness is going to be later, our happiness is going to be on the other side, and that's just not true. Our happiness is now, our happiness is in the present, our happiness and what we want is in the moment. Because if we can't find the joy, the peace, the happiness in the now, do we think because we've gotten to these goals that we're going to somehow, pull the happiness in? No, it's internal. It's internal. No matter how many things you collect materialistically, no matter how many people that you collect along the way, right? You're still searching for things outside of yourself. So, it's the end of the year. Do not beat yourself up for all the things that were at the top of your list in January. Remember that you can still start. You can start now. You don't have to wait until January 1st, 2026. But I also want you to think of the things that you probably have healed through this year, because maybe it wasn't a year of collecting and moving and just doing all the things. Maybe it was a year of just sitting down and healing a lot of the things that you needed to heal through. Maybe it wasn't about a bunch of movement and a bunch of plays and a bunch of all of these things that you thought it was going to be about. You know, one of my biggest lessons, and it's something that I am constantly moving through with myself, is not being resistant to what's going on. And it's hard because the human part of me in this, what I call this 3D realm, right? It's having me listening to the programming of social media or the news or the TV or all these outside voices. But the thing is, the only voice that really matters is yours and between you and your creator. Like that at the end of the day, I know to some people it may sound mushy gushy and whatever. But it's true because we have to center ourselves. We get so busy with being worried about what's going on outside of ourselves and the atmosphere and watching other people and comparing ourselves to other people. And it causes us a level of anxiety that's not really needed. You need to find your divinity in you, in what you want in this life, and what you deem to be successful, not what everybody on the outside is what everybody, let me say what everybody on the outside it looks like. What everybody on the outside may want things to show or be portrayed, because that may not be fact, right? We can't necessarily see on the inside of other people. So the trauma, you have to release it. It is time to release the trauma, the financial trauma, the mental trauma, the trauma from relationships, all of those things. It's time to release it. And I know that it's easier said than done because I know how our minds are recorders and it likes to play the things all the time, over and over and over again, and tell you all of these thoughts about how you're not good enough and how you didn't do this right and oh, you didn't do. But sometimes you have to tell yourself, cut the crap, right? Because you are worth more and you are worthy and you are surely, surely, surely enough. The trauma will show up in places that you don't expect. It will get triggered in places that you don't expect. And your job is to be able to navigate through the trauma and to be able to quiet the noise and to be able to tell yourself that you are worthy of more, that you have lived through enough, that you have loved yourself enough, and you will continuing to love yourself and not allow the things on the outside to infest, or infiltrate your heart space and your mind space so that you can have a clear heart and a clear mind to make the best decisions for yourself, number one, before anybody else. Because when you make the right decisions for you, it trickles down to everyone that you love. When you allow yourself the right boundaries for yourself, when you stick to your own boundaries for you, it will allow others to see that. And it will allow you to be open for more love, for more light, for more abundance, for more money, for more loving relationships, just for more joy in your life. And you can start that today, not on the list for January 1st with all of the New Year's resolutions. But right now, in November, on November 23rd, you can start that right now for yourself. But chill, you feel me? It's okay. I'm low key. Okay, at Exotic. I give off racist, chill, racist vibes. I don't even know what that is. Can you explain to me what that is? Because I would really like to know. If you can explain to me. And no, I don't think it's okay to be a chill, low key racist. I don't even know what that is, but explain to me what that is. Um, but I just know that it's a lot of people going through a lot right now, and just some some really devastating things, but a lot of it is internally and the way that we speak to ourselves internally and the negative self-talk that we have in ourselves. Like we have to forgive ourselves. It doesn't matter about how you grew up or what was told to you growing up, because you get to make your own decisions. You get to decide. That's the greatest thing about being a human, is you get to decide what's good for you. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks that is attached to you. I know that we like to self-serve other people, and we like to please others, but you have to live your life for you. And I think that we get so caught up in that we honestly don't give our own selves credit for the things that we really want in our lives. And so it's time to peel off the mask, right? It's time to unveil all of that and really show who you are, the real person, the things that you want. And when I say show who you are, I'm talking about to yourself. I'm talking about loving yourself more, respecting yourself more, finding out what it is that you desire, the things that you like in your life, because you can't just please other people all your life. You have to be real and transparent with you. I promise you, the moment that you start to forgive yourself, the moment that you make a decision to do something different for you, the moment that you start setting your own boundaries, everything else will start to change for you. You cannot seek and search anything like happiness, joy, peace in other people or materialistic things. It doesn't work that way. It is a short lived self gratification of the things that you're searching for outside of yourself. But when you know that internally, it is a lifetime. Now, it's a lifetime of work. I will say that, but not the kind of work, that kind of work. It's more of the work inside of yourself, when you're peeling back the layers and forgiving yourself and loving yourself, and finding out and discovering who you are and what you want. Oh, thank you so much, Kevs. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Like Kev's positivity movement, coming on here and saying to me, I'm so pretty. I appreciate that. It makes me feel good when people resonate and say nice things about you, right? Because while I'm believing maybe he's talking about physically, but I'm hoping he's talking about internally too, that he's resonating with my energy and the things that I say, and he thinks that that's pretty, because our energy is everything. Our energy is everything. I just really wanted to get on here to tell you that if you are feeling that weight and that heaviness at the end of this year, or blaming yourself, or saying negative things to yourself about how you wish the year would have went for you financially, maybe your spiritual walk, maybe your health walk, you know what I mean, the exercise, foods, whatever it is, just know that you can start like right now making a change, and don't overwhelm yourself. Everything doesn't happen super fast. You have to take your time and do the things in small portions, because a lot of times we overwhelm ourselves, deeming that we're going to like take over and do all the things right because we got to get this right and just no. Give yourself the space to hold it. Give yourself the capacity to walk into something new, the things that you really want. Hey Andy, what's up? Thank you. Hi, thank you for joining tonight. um but yeah, so I just really wanted to tell all of you that if this is the headspace that you're in, that you're not alone. And I just want you to know that you can be enough to love you, and you don't have to look into any of the fixes outside of yourself. You just need to look in the mirror, because I know that you have been through so much, and you have gotten through all of that, and you can do whatever it is that you want to do. And you don't have to wait till January 1st. And you don't have to beat up yourself and blame yourself for what you didn't do this year. Like I said earlier, maybe this year was a year of healing. Maybe it was a culmination of the COVID, of all of that that has happened to all of us, that has impacted all of us across the world for the last 5 years. And this year was a year for you to pay attention. It was a year for you to heal. It was a year for you to peel back the layers and to really see yourself in a different way, so that in 2026, all of those things that you thought you were going to do, they start moving, they start, pushing forward for you. You see all of these things bloom and are beautiful, the things that you want to see in your world. So I want to send each and every one of you so much love and light. Stay tuned. I am back on YouTube. Join my community at Financial Therapy to Prosperity. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And if you would like a free copy of my Worthiness over Wealth Guide, I want you to put more, we're going to go with more in the comments. And at the end of the live, I will send you the link so that you can get that. I took some time and did that guide. It's very simple. It's not a long read, but it's just some positivity and some things for you to do related to just yourself and love and, healing from financial trauma and thinking about the things that you want and knowing that you are always enough. You are always enough. No more needed. You got enough salt, you got enough pepper, you got enough garlic, whatever it is, you have enough of it all. Okay. Um, so, again, I want you to always, always remember that you are the asset in your life. You are the asset. You don't need anything else. God bless.